Okay, once more, hello to another championship match between cider01 and arue0428. They are currently tied at 1-1. I didn't see the first game. The other one was a really close one between two competing strategies. And now what do we have here? Looks like an encampment board. We are still on turn 1. Banishing in a state is interesting. There's Steward. So trashing is on the board. I don't know if trashing one estate is good enough there. 5-2 opens with the treasury. Over Steward, it's also yeah, interesting. Don't know if I would have gone for that. Encampments seem important here. It's the only village. There's plus buy. There's draw. And plunders potentially score some points here. What else do we do here? Storytellers might be good. Later, a small draw. Pay Lotus Enchantress, maybe Rogue. And plunders. Banish can get rid of green cards later. Could be nice if you have weaker draw. Okay, cider opened treasury encampment, found treasury turn 3, that's nice. But they need a steward. They need a steward. Okay, they will be able to buy it next turn if they don't buy it here, so I wouldn't hate a storyteller here. That makes treasury quite a bit better. Since that coin can be converted into draw. So I wouldn't hate that. It's an early fair. I can see that. To like double encampment. But Arue needs to find a way to hit 6. I don't know if Cider should have played that encampment. I think I would have kept it and bought a steward to shuffle that in. I guess it's not the worst since Storyteller's in your next hand, so you will get to things. But yeah, not what I would have gone for. Could banish 2 states here, I guess. It's likely in their hand, so that is something you can do. Copper trashing is good here, but maybe not immediately necessary, so you could get away with only banishing. I still prefer the steward. Other treasury seems strange to me. Okay, if you buy one encampment, you surely buy a second, right? I'm not a fan of seller here. Okay, now we banish 3 estates. I see. That can work. So I think you wanna buy gold here as Arue, right? I'm not gonna say the numbers every time. Just Arue. Of course, I don't know how likely it is. Maybe you have to play every encampment to actually get a gold, so that wouldn't really be worth it. Sweet 7. We get a gold, and there's 1 encampment left. Which I don't think you will play here. You will just buy 2 encampments here as Arue. And Cider, does he find a storyteller, or do they? They do. So they have deck in hand as well. One buy and 7 coins. Should be all coppers in hand. Is that fair? Could be storeroom. That doesn't do much. Could be gold and then fair next time. Yeah, kind of like the early fair for Aru here. I think I hold onto this encampment, yeah, and we buy 2 more. That's nice. Can trash here and buy 1 or 2 encampments depending on what is left. I assume this will be like encampment rogue or something for cider. I guess they still could use an economy card either to like banish a bunch of coppers, or that could still be a steward. But yeah, the rogue has some high rolls, I think. There's nothing in the trash. Like killing a gold or something is pretty good. Goes for that. I would trash here and buy an encampment. Yeah, encampment, seller. Drawing into the encampments and having the gold into hand doesn't seem very good. Coins are interesting. Still 7s, encampment plunder, I assume. Or they go immediately for the rogue bag. But I think you have all these encampments, you want a second treasure. I'm confident in that this is a plunder. Yeah. Okay, so I expect a banish here for cider. I'm not sure if the encampment split is 5-0 for 1. It might be that cider has 1 of the encampments. So yeah, but wouldn't be able to keep it. This economy so far is only coppers. Yeah. The hand hiding of course makes it a little bit hard to see. But there's 7 coppers, a rogue, and then 1 other card, which has to be the encampment. Yeah. So will the rogue hit the it does hit the plunder. That's quite unfortunate for Aru. I think Aru was quite ahead. Now not that much anymore. I think I still like their position, even within this discarded encampment. Needs to, of course, find more encampments here with the draw. Okay. I think I would trash here. And I might get a rogue myself, although maybe you want to plunder first. Of course you could be greedy and go for 2 5s again here. Or you could go coins and do banish ones. Banish the coppers instead. Yeah, some options. I don't think you want a 3rd buy, you want some deck control first. And you're not getting rogue attack this turn, so I don't see much advantage in drawing on. You just draw another encampment. Okay, goes for 2/5s. Storyteller would be a very safe option. Rogue would be, yeah, also fairly reasonable, I think. Yes, I like that. Here you might lose an encampment, but you gotta play that. Okay, so Cider got the seller this turn, so looking for the storyteller. Didn't find a storyteller, but a rogue to gain the plunder. That's fairly nice. Is it time for the steward finally? Seems like. Still seems like a very good pickup. And they have an encampment, so they can play 2 terminals. Now they should be colliding with the 2 plunders. Yeah. Just to mention, since the chat still speaks about game 2, which was had like a 42-3 points lead, but the 3-point Aru could have won the game had he noticed that he had enough buys with like 13 buys, but yeah, didn't happen. But anyway, we lost an encampment here. Aru did, and we might play another one here. There's a gold and a plunder down there, so there's a decent shot at finding a plunder, but yeah, this might swing the game back into Cyrus' favor actually if you lose another encampment here. But besides that, 3 money here is also not really workable. Yeah, Wandering Window says, gotta risk it. I tend to agree, and it worked out. So here, I would surely banish something here. Nope, no banish. So plunder rogue. Okay, nice starting hand. So now Cider does have a storyteller this hand, so what will we see? Should be another rogue attack here, although Aru can gain it back. Okay, there's the encampment. Gets the gold. Not the best hit. Ooh, Enchantress is interesting. I guess you enchant the steward. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. Okay, here I would be happy to get a second encampment. And then the other card is a bit open to debate. Second rogue, okay. Goes rogue here. I don't hate it. I would love for Aru to thin some coppers here and maybe answer with the rogue as well. Okay, there's still an encampment down there, so this is already enough coins for the storyteller unless the encampment is bottom decked. So we are securing the draw here. Okay, place all treasures. That doesn't look like a banish. Yeah, I should probably stop mentioning that for a while. But yeah, I wouldn't want to play with 6 coppers here. Another rogue would mean you can attack as well. You have more terminal space than your opponent, so that seems reasonable. The other one, another storyteller for security, that seems fair. The enchantress is kind of interesting. The draw at the start of turn, of course, is great when you need to pair up encampment plunder, and every time you don't, it's a huge risk. Okay, that's not the worst. Can gain the rogue back and play the other rogue, most likely. It's interesting that Cider played far more plunders so far. I think they have 3, since they stole 1. But yeah, that split is dynamic on the rogue board, of course. Ooh, we see banish. I am excited. 4 coppers gone. And the storyteller. Yeah. So Cider shouldn't have many more problems to draw. This is potentially dangerous again here. Okay. Just takes the rogue. And now enchantress or steward, I suppose. Could be storeroom. Third buy might be usable at some point. Maybe only when you can buy an encampment, which is rare, so maybe we don't. Ah, we do. Okay. I don't know what is down there for Arue. Maybe an encampment that doesn't get trashed though. Oh no, I think it was flipped before. No rogue though, so 2 plunders. Oh yeah, okay. So this is another plunder gone. So the points that will be generated with that shouldn't be neglected. That seems pretty good. And pretty hard to overcome unless you get a plunder back. Oh, there's an enchantress incoming, right? This might actually kill the turn again here. Okay, it's interesting to see what you discard here. Maybe 1 copper, trying to top deck a plunder or draw. I don't know. I definitely want to keep my enchantress in hand. That's all I know. Okay, so we either top deck the plunder or drew them all, which seem both seem nice. Okay, has a plunder top decked. What is in your hand? A storyteller, okay. Goes for the consistent enchantress. Treasury seems inoffensive. And do we draw an encampment here? Nope. We don't. Trash your coppers, kids. Otherwise, you'll draw them. That's how deck builder works. How deck builder work. So this is 2-1 for cider. Looked fairly promising in the early game, I think. But yeah, at that point it was pretty done, even with 3 encampments. So now we're going to cider start. Ooh. Just saw that goons and black market are banned. Donate as well. Some people don't like fun, that's fine. Seize the day, also disliked. Anyway, we've got a kingdom. There's sanctuary, there's livery for draw, hermit does things, hermit bonfire. It's pretty good synergy. I would say you get thin really fast. Is livery hoarder thing? I think so. I don't know, maybe getting a horde over livery is bad, but could generate quite a few horses during your greening phase. I think you want, yeah, you will do some hermit stuff and bonfire coppers away, and then you either get a couple coins or cities to play liveries, and then you'll buy more of these cards. I would think. Maybe you need sanctuary for the buy. Seems reasonable. But also means you can, yeah, those will be very useful if you do like 1 or 2 provinces a turn as well. So you get the horses to draw the provinces once, and then the next turn you don't have to draw them anymore. I would open double hermit, I think, and hope to bonfire on one of my turn 3 or 4 with a hermit in play, and then hit 5 on the madman turn. Seems like a thing you could do. Okay. We're not seriously considering a 2 here, are we? Gotta be hermit. I guess one could also just open hermit bonfire. Hope to draw the hermit sooner. That seems like not the worst. On 5-2, it would be close for me whether I'd open sanctuary or livery. Oh, we have a backer coffer, so it's livery hermit, I guess, for Arue. That changes things, of course. Of course, could also be livery bonfire, but I like the hermit opening. Just don't let them collide. Does that mean if you bonfire here, then you play livery and you want to buy a hermit, and that doesn't even give you a horse? It just doesn't seem like the thing to bonfire here. I agree with the hermit livery opening. Okay, we do see bonfire though, and a 2 without, yeah, that's unfortunate. But cider's openings either collided or missed, so it's not really that much better. Oh, well, it is quite a bit better, but so on 2 I wouldn't hate the red catcher. Seller's probably fine. I just don't like the card very much, but has some upsides here for a bit. Okay. I assume this will be a hermit play. No, won't. This is a clear sanctuary though, I would think. The buy is fine. The exiling is fine. Yes. We'll take that. And it gives you a horse. What more could we possibly want? Okay, we got a city already. Can't say I like it very much, but after seeing your two terminals collide, I can relate to the urge to get a village. Sanctuary for Aru, but no hermit, so I think that's just not the best. Happy seller here for sure, but unfortunately seller shuffles your cards in. There's a bonfire, so cider, yeah. I like where his deck is, although I can't see it. Yeah, I agree with Wandering Winter that no hermit here seems quite strange, and you will draw your estates if you don't trash them. Kind of a theme from last game. So I don't really care for the red catcher anymore. Might be kind of a realm, although it isn't super inspiring, but you could get another terminal next turn, for example a hermit. So Cider has deck in hand with a Madman. But I don't think any draw left, so you can't gain and play anything with the Hermit. But you still play two of your terminals. And you do have some regret that your city is not a sanctuary right now. And in my opinion, you could have anticipated that. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Still quite a bit ahead. What you gain here is interesting. I think there's a good case to mate for coin, and then you can buy a livery. Yeah, I guess you might want to buy a sanctuary first now. Baker. That is another surprising buy to me. So here, yeah, 8 is a lot better than 7, I would think. I guess this is like livery coin or city coin. I think I'll play with multiple liveries here. You will play the coin next turn, the coin of the realm, on your mat, so that shouldn't be that big of an issue. A horde, okay, so we will province very soon. I don't hate the horde, I hate the horde on turn 6 quite a bit. I think you build quite a bit bigger than that. I would think Cider again has some regrets about the baker here. At least the city did something this turn. This turn, of course, wouldn't have been. The second buy wouldn't have been that useful as the coin the baker gives, but you want a second livery. Surely. Yes, but you need a sanctuary. So we toss everything, threw the coin back, that's nice. Are we buying another horde or another livery? I would think livery. Another sanctuary would also be fine. Unless you buy a gold here, I think I'm in agreement according to Aru's strategy, or what I think their strategy is. So what did we get in a livery? Seems fine. So of course the estates get exiled. Yeah, that's what Wandering Wind suggests. Sounds very reasonable to me. Especially second sanctuary seems quite valuable to me. I think you can, second livery of course as well if you buy multiple green cards or even one with a horde. Seems to be adding up quite fast. The worth. So this is the bakers. It's not the bakers, is it? Yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but the bakers feel bad. Maybe that's it. Yeah, I will have to type a bit since Wandering Wind isn't listening to me, and to have some interaction here. Since I recently learned that I do misread kingdoms quite a bit in my champ match, so it's nice to have some feedback on what other people think as well. So, we finally see the light of bonfire. That's also works quite literally, right? We're lighting a fire. Might be a little bit late. They do have the horde advantage, which I guess is something. if you want a green fast. But there's still an estate in deck and stuff, so not super excited. I didn't pay very close attention on what is inside the sand right now. I think 2 liveries. And yeah, few coppers, a hermit. Yeah. Of course, some marginally useful forecast would have been quite nice here, so you can anything that's inoffensive that you could buy to get livery horses if you have like 9 money, or early if you have 8 or something. That would have been quite good here, I think, but still very workable. This looks like 2 buys. I want 1 sanctuary. This looks like a province. And a livery. Okay. So we are not even double provincing, right? Coffers don't replenish themselves. The horses can't be turned into economy. I guess the hermit gains additional economy. So this is horse. The horse's stream, or the livery stream. 4 horses. And the gold. So yeah, the golds make it easier for Aru to double province, especially with 4 horses, even if the deck is worse. So I guess it's hard for them to sustain playing 2 liveries a turn though, since they seem to have 1 coin that can't be played every turn. Oh, we exile a hermit? Wow. That's surprising. Oh, of course we bought a livery, so we actually do have 16 in deck exactly. 3 horses. Is there another prompt? Why are we gaining them like 1 at a time? Do we have to choose the order for the horse gains or something? Anyway, nice to exile the province immediately, but this looks like a single province turn again. I don't know what balanced means in this case. But yeah, cider double provincing here would probably be the end of it, so it would need to be something close to a dot, full dot, for Aru to win this. 2 horses played. 3 horses, yeah, that's probably seeding the game. I guess you need to find a sanctuary, but you do. There might even still a few horses left. Okay, we do not hit 16. Oh, we can't play the 3rd livery this turn. Also only 1 coin. Okay, 1 province could be dangerous. I don't know that you province here. Oh, I see. I guess Cider would like a tie, so Province Duchy only invites a tie. But I think you're ahead. I don't think you need to. I think Aru can double on the best draw. That is meant to say sanct. Yeah, I don't really feel like I'm in a rush here. As Cider. Of course the horde scales a bit. What is it? It's I think it's 3-1, right? No, it's 2-1. Okay, the some shade he's thrown at the disconnect reconnect one, saying I think that's I think you only hit 17 coins. Oh, right. You wouldn't use any coffers here, so it does hit 18 coins. So this is Province Duchy line wondering which suggested. Okay, we play a horse first, surely. We play another horse. Yes. Play a horse, draw a horse. Play a horse, draw a horse. It's the living the livery life. We need. I don't like this seller play, in particular. I think just ditch the 2 green cards, I suppose. And then we trigger a bad shuffle. No, we. Okay, I guess that's the most we can buy, and this is 16. I think as Aru you take the tie here. You can't play 2 liveries next turn. I guess you would get a bunch of. Yeah. There's no way. It's not a tie. No way. So I think it's 1-2 and cider's an agreement. That's how far my Japanese goes. So that would be mean 1-5 to 2-5, which isn't great as the one who's behind, but what can you do here? It's way better than 3-1. Okay. This time I can't really say what is being said here, but apparently it's a tougher decision. Okay, goes for 1 province. That means surely you get another province, right? You gain. Yeah, okay. Gain all the horses. We tie the game. And we are going into game 5 on match point for cider01. Of course, that means another tie is. Now it's attractive for Aru to get the tie. Obviously, but that's not really possible on their start, so gotta win your own start first. Okay, now cider's asking. Okay, yeah, that's a very interesting. The catbird seed, I don't know what that means either. I hope, yeah. Seems like a good place. Yeah. I think cider should have won that. That's true. So, yeah. I like that line. Okay, what do we have here? This looks like a salvager cargo ship open. We have lots of draw, lots of gains with artisan. So, and we want to get to dominate, right? So yeah, there are 3 village piles. You build as much as you can. Well, until 1 dominate, presumably. Mm. It's a very interesting strategy. Aru always plays 2 coppers first in the games we've seen so far. And only if he decides to buy a 3 cost. Which was kind of necessary here with no 2 costs available. I don't think matters very much. But gotta play the edges. I approve of the cargo ship open. Mm. I guess then we need a live translator into the Dominion chat, since in the World Championship there seems quite some cross-cultural chatting here, which is a bit difficult unless you have a translator open. Okay, what do you do as cider if you have a 5-2? Be really, really sad, I think. You just open Salvager and yeah, continue being sad. On the 4-3, it's, yeah, I don't see anything better in cargo ship. I guess this Salvager might be debatable if you don't want to risk terminal collision, but I think it has the highest upside by far. Does more than a caravan for sure. Ooh, Wandering Minstrel. Okay. That, yeah, is a card that does caravan merchant. Okay, yeah, merchants seem not great. That's true. Caravans seem fine to me. I don't think you need the diplomat actions here. Ooh, Salvager Merchant has been as an opening? Salvager Merchant? Yeah. It's okay. Do you... I guess you will play with the silver eventually anyway, so I guess merchants can do something for you. Minstrel we don't like. Agreed. I mean on 4, yeah. Just click the salvager and move on. Yeah. The question is, how many artisans do we play with? Feels like a lot. Ooh, mining village. I guess that's to hit artisan, but it seems, yeah, maybe a little bit more reasonable than the minstrel. But overall, yeah, salvage silver. I can get behind that. I do like cargo ships though. Yeah, the question is, not if artisan, but how many artisans? I would think at least 2. like we're building to dominate, so we're just cruising for a bit and just get all the action cards we can. Like, a lot of the villages are really inoffensive. The caravans are, to me, fairly nice. Okay. Yeah, this is a salvage again here, right? This is an easy salvager, top deck copper. Yeah. The salvage provincing is a good point. Why would you top deck the salvager here? That would be... I would be concerned if they did that. Yeah, but you can play it here, and then you can buy a good card, and... yeah, the power of the village open exemplified here. Yeah, the minstrel... I guess I could see the minstrel gain to clear some of the cards on top, but yeah, I think the investment into killing your estates here pays off quite a bit. Trigger that shuffle. Yeah, that's what we are going for here. Surely you don't top deck it. Right, yeah, okay. But yeah, that's, I don't know, surely a bit puzzling, but we've seen it in every game now, I think. I'm just here sitting complaining about them not trashing. So, I guess it means adjusting expectations by now. Yeah, it's a different meta. Yeah, it's still quite a few Japanese players made it quite deep this year, so it would be interesting to see if some of our more well-known Western players get wrecked by thinning their decks. I would be, yeah, certainly surprised, but who knows. So we have this basically the same situation for cider, as very likely will stay in hand, and since we just discarded 3 coppers, and we could play it, but nope. We are just discarding all the coppers. And now we have 2 money in hand, I guess. I guess there could be a cargo ship, that would be 4, okay. Or 3. Okay, gets a merchant. This I assume will be another minstrel. So okay. This will, yeah. I mean, we are just continuing building for quite a while now. I still very much like a second artisan. I think your decks should be able to hit that as well if they wanted to. It's another 4. I guess if you put like 1 minstrel in each of your new hands, but your cargo ship means you're not super likely to have a very bad turn. Okay, this shuffle is less exciting to trigger. But I think you kind of gotta do it. Maybe not. Of course, the salvager would make you hit 4 without having to trigger that. But that ship has sailed to the bottom of the ocean, I guess. What else could we gain? Diplomat also draws until the end of the shuffle. Passage could make you top take the minstrel for next turn. I guess Artisan could also do that if you just gain Salvager. Could also gain another cargo. Okay, not the worst shuffle. I'm expecting another minstrel gain here, so that clears the rest. I'm surprised by the play order. I don't think you ever set aside what you gain with Artisan, since that was gained to your hand instead of your discard. So there are probably a lot of lines where it doesn't matter which you play first, but I don't think it has very many upsides to play a ship first. Okay, we do gain the minstrel. Okay, now apparently we think about the cargo, so I guess the cargo ship was just played. Not much. Didn't think it through which card they wanted to set aside. Okay. Ooh, owl. Interesting. I guess, okay. Yeah, I can see it. I like the second artisan. There's still a lot to be gained, even in the post-minstrel world, which we will reach after after 2 artisan plays, I guess. I'm fully expecting a minstrel gain and a minstrel buy from Cider here. That's what I learned so far. Yeah, you're not alone, Shanahan. You are not alone. Mm. It will also take quite a while for them to hit 14, I would think. Yeah. The funny thing is that Owl even further promotes the Salvager, right? Since that's quite a good way to reduce your hand size while doing other good things. But at least they're thinking through what they want to be doing here. But so far they're about 10 economy away each turn from hitting dominate. So I don't know if the plan is to pile all the merchants or to get more ships. But yeah, the ships also don't do a whole lot unless you set aside the artisan cards, which again aren't that great. Okay, we are seeing caravans now. Okay, 6. Is that a second artisan as well? It is. Hooray. Okay. Seems to be Japanese commentary as well. Okay, yeah, this is kind of interesting. Do we get to the cards with, like, diplomat? If we gain a diplomat? Or is that too big of a hand size? Secret passage gets there for sure. Yeah, it's not a diplomat gain, it's a secret passage gain. Oh, or farming village gain for the power synergy of discarding your top decked estate. I think that's what we're going for here. I mean, why trash your estates if you can just cruise through them? And then you get to the artisan and cargo ship, potentially. And you should probably be able to gain like a diplomat for the second artisan to draw through a bit more. Secret passage over farming village, okay. It's also fine. SSLY is amused by this gain. Or by what they said. I would think it's time for a diplomat. Or a farming village. We want to get to that cargo, I'm pretty sure, so... Yeah, diplomat seems better than farming village. By quite a bit. We will get enough villages anyway. Okay, we do get the farming village. And it's kind of interesting to use the cargo there. Yeah. Wondering when it sums it up. There have been like 10 opportunities for that. I haven't taken any, so why start now? I don't know if I would have owled here. Would have seemed like a fine hand to start, and now you would trigger a suboptimal shuffle, and you're not playing any cargo ships this turn. Okay, yeah, another owl. Let's go for the third artisan. There's still cards to be gained. plays to be made. I'm on board with that. Unfortunately, with 3 different village piles and at least 2 different draw piles and basically every card being viable to gain, this doesn't make the game really that it doesn't get us closer to the end of the game, at least not by much. I suppose they still do like their minstrels, so I expect them to keep gaining those at least. Yeah, Owl that draws 1 card. Seems kind of sad. Imagine playing a Salvager before, trashing the state, and then your Owl draws you 3 cards. It sounds quite revolutionary to me. So the other options here are top decking a Minstrel, gaining with a cargo ship, I guess, since the other one was an Owl. But yeah, like, mostly anything is fine, right? I mean, gaining Caravan here seems pretty good. Diplomat, not so much. Another Merchant, if the silver's in hand. That might actually not help. Funny price point, but yeah, gains a Caravan and plays it, I assume. Okay, only 4 money. So we buy another Minstrel. What is this card? Let's look at this. Ooh, this can trash a card from your hand. Fascinating. Fascinating. Turn 8. We're going in. So what do we think? Is cider ahead now? By virtue of having a Salvager in the deck? But look at that. It seems like also some of the Japanese players are excited by the Salvager gain. So it's not a fully distinct meta. But I mean, on a more serious note, of course, the Salvager could be just gained to hit bigger price points. Since we have 1,000,000 engine pieces, we can also live with 1,000,000 -1 engine piece and make a bunch more money. This looks like a very nice Owl hand. So we gain a Salvager here, trash the estate, and then we Owl the cargo ship. That looks so amazing. I can barely contain my excitement for that. Now that he's been made aware of the existence of that card, immediately gains it as well. Brilliant. Let's go. Draw 6 cards. Beautiful. Beautiful. And you know what? We can do it again. We can do it again. We don't do it again. I don't know how many action cards are down there. I mean, yeah. Time to make controversial statements the chat can be upset about. So, I might not gain the fourth artisan, gotta be honest. I would appreciate it, but might be over the top. Ooh. We got it kind of. No, it's not filtering if bad cards don't go in your discard. Also, I actually think it's net draw. Like if you play a draw to X and you're in a state in hand, it's not really filtering if you draw one more card afterwards. I think that would qualify. It does qualify as draw in my mind. Okay, this is actually kind of dangerous hand for Aru, and we did get a fourth artisan. So I know you didn't like the third one, but what about the fourth one? So it got a really, it's yeah, increasing in strength. That is like, so yeah, I actually don't hate it, since you have another pile, two other piles of villages that don't really end the game. And at worst, your artisan can still like gain a village, and you can owl something that is a little bit spinning, but it sounds actually fair to me. But I'm also the one who sometimes just builds ridiculously. Okay, that's the first estate trash from their side. I assume there's another artisan somewhere in there now. Which I guess could just be another caravan. I don't know if that's good enough. Ooh. Ooh, no. No owl. Just end of turn. Okay, so that's two sides a card with cargo ship. Is that right? Ah yeah, we gained two things. Gained a bunch of merchants. I don't know if merchants are the gains. But they're certainly nice owl targets. I mean, since they added salvages, all of a sudden their decks do a lot more, right? Ooh, this is nice. Play Artisan, top deck Estate, play Farming Village, play Owl thing. Or just trash Estate and Owl the Farming Village. I also kind of disagree that the late salvager doesn't look terrible. I think it still looks pretty terrible because we just saw what your deck can do if you start playing salvagers, which is, yeah, it's way better than usual and with the draw to X considerations. So, I think, yeah, they could have just done more. But maybe I'm not appreciating how much the minstrels do for them. So I assume we will get another village here to make sure this owl thing with all the salvages and artisan keeps staying sustainable. But I also might be looking at dominating next turn, I think. Maybe even like start salvaging gain duchies or something with artisan, or the 1 or 2 artisans themselves to get to the first dominate, and then for the second dominate you probably just trash the provinces and you're happy about cashing in 9 victory chips. Of course, being able to play so many salvages also means you can, with milling, take quite a few provinces on your last turn. So it looks more like a game that you dominate, maybe if each one dominates twice. It's gonna get very interesting around the province pile. Okay, more diplomats. I guess they function as a village as well, so I don't hate that. That means we're probably not getting a caravan here, I would assume. Maybe you can also get down to very few cards here and then owl your way into the coppers from the discard. I'm not sure if that's better than just stopping at the last card. Gains another cargo ship, okay. Ooh, there's another salvager down there. But I assume this will be just a copper trash. I would be very sad if we didn't play that salvager. Just at 8. Very sad. Yeah, there are 5. Is there any owl in the artwork? I don't think so. But yeah, they have been mostly owls. I don't even know if that's true, but most of them gain last turn. So, since you can, in return gain a silver. Wait, we drew here with the cargo ship, but we trashed the copper. Oh, okay. I'm okay. I'll allow it. Yeah, that drew 4 money. So, will we see the counter 3 merchants? No, a gold. Yeah. See, that unites our brothers from Japan and us. The gold gets immediately responded with a question mark. I mean, the gold has the advantage that it can be salvaged. That might get you to dominate. Although, of course, wondering when they would chime in to say that there are very attractive artisans that really want to be salvaged for that as well. So yeah, unfortunately these turns take quite a bit. There's not so much new information, and especially not on a hand that you can't see. So yeah, they have 8 cards in hand, so I'm assuming the turn continues and they will do some gaining here that results into a owl play. Mm. Yeah, playing all these merchants suggests that we will see silver gain here. But I think you want to make use of draw first. Okay, yeah, I think... Do they have all the artisans and salvages in hand? Not quite, right? One of them is on top of the deck. So it's a reasonable point to stop. I don't think you can win here with 2 artisans and whatever salvager gains you have. That seems a bit difficult. Now we have them in hand. So trash instead, trash a copper, gain a salvager, trash, and then village into owl. Let's go. I guess with only 2 artisans they do have to be a little bit careful since they might need another village. So that might be the play here. Okay, there's another minstrel, so... Okay, yeah. Looks like we're just playing a lot of action cards here without trying to get our deck size down and making use of Owl, so... I assume the other artisan just gains a silver here, and we play another minstrel to clear the top of the deck. And then be content with that. I would think that Aru is a bit ahead if they play the end game correctly, which of course isn't super easy. Is this game much slower than the previous ones? I think the others were also like kind of slow, but yeah, not this pace. It's true. But also the turns are just way longer. We play way more action cards, so I don't know. So yeah, there's the silver. There's the top of the deck, almost cleaned. We don't have any more gains. So we play a silver and have 9 coins. It probably means we don't have 14, since most of our coppers are on the discard. Ah, okay. 13, because we owled the salvager. Probably not what they were hoping for. I don't. Maybe do they have all the coppers left? There's one copper trashed. I don't know who killed it, and I don't care to find out. All the minstrels are in play though, so I think those certainly have to be non-actions. Province, I object to. I guess it's salvager fuel, but already 2 bad cards top decked. I think there's possibly an out that cider just fully dots here and we can resign this one. That would be the optimum from a spectator perspective, I guess. This looks like another good turn on Aru's side of the table. Let's look at something different for a change. Oh, not this one. Well, the rebuild art is also quite nice. Sorry about confusing the Discord listeners, I just changed my background. Not much to say about the sand. I think we play an artisan here. We want... I guess we want a village first. We have lots of other artisan gains to gain other things. Yeah, and I'm still excited about trashing copper, then owling things. Yeah, like here, I will salvage trash the copper. I guess you could also trash the artisan, but you can do that later too, so I think just copper here and then owl the secret passage. And hope to find a village in the top 4 cards. Okay, we gain one more. Fair. Very fair. Yeah, that's even better than what I suggested. Beautiful. Beautiful. So now, where's the gold? That's what we're truly waiting for here. Or was it discarded? It was not. Gain more villagers. Yeah, so the mining villages can't be neglected. They do produce like 10 coins or so on the last turn, maybe 5 mining villages. That could maybe mean that you double dominate even with trashing some stronger cards. So it looks like we need to play this diplomat as a village. And another one. So we are down to 1 artisan. Oh. No, our precious gold. So I guess 1 cargo become... I guess the mining village could also be the owl. That's more likely, I guess. Third salvager? Maybe diplomat? Okay. Pondering the artisan gain. Alright, we want a silver. It's 2 merchant plates, so that's a 4 coin producing silver. That's even better than gold. Surprise, surprise. Who would have thought? So we play 2 cargo ships and then owl. Do whatever and owl, yes. Ooh, gold bottom deck. Big yikes. I fully expect to dominate here. Not saying I like it best, but yeah, it looks fairly convincing. Yeah, I'm tend to agree with Apostolos. Ooh. Yikes, that hand. Okay, but cider also is not out of the woods. They top decked like 2 bad cards. They just played cantrips so far. This could be the end of the line. There's no owl out unless you have another village. But yeah, of course. Even if it darts the other side. Looks very much like dotting as well. So it's another province. Ooh, that's a good minstrel. That's another good minstrel. So this turn is saved. Yeah, we just draw the villages in turn right, then we trash whatever green card we don't like anymore. Could be both, honestly. And then we owl some more. Could also be a farming village gain first here, then discard one green card, trash the other one, then owl. Okay, it's a mining village instead. Fine. I think you play mining village, salvage some green card then. Unfortunately no other salvager play, so we need to get another one. Wandering Winder disapproves. Suppression policy safe with the destruction of gold coin provinces. Which of those is a salvager? I don't know what that means. Dominate suppression. Okay. So I think we dominate Savager withdrawal. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. That's funny. Funny translation. Look at the power of this farming village. Top decks the province. Whoosh. So do we need to play both cargos? I think so. If we want the village effect, so it's a nice owl target otherwise. Okay, this can't gain a salvager, unfortunately. So, but this seems very much like winning to me. Another dominate is already guaranteed. This could honestly be... No, it can't. I can't play Salvager and then Owl here. So we want another village. Gain a village, draw a village. And then Owl second artisan, I guess. Yeah, I think just dominating here for Aru is fine. Then Cider can't gain 4 provinces. And then Aru just gains the remaining provinces on the next turn. That seems like how I imagine playing this game out. This game being played out. Yeah, I think the village is correct. And okay. Here we might owl whatever we gain. Could be something inoffensive. Although I think there are some cards on top, right? Like Wandering Minstrel. Yeah, you could leave the villages. Of course, getting to the silver would also be nice. top deck a third village maybe? Or do we owl? That's the question. I tend to agree with Shanahan that we just top deck the villages, but we do not. Absolutely do not. Play the farming village first. Does have two, yes. Two salvagers in play. And we don't gain a third. I think this should be fine to trigger. There's one green card in there. But yeah, farming village first and one in minstrel, then you should leave lots of cards in this card, not so many. Oh, this works. Now you draw the silver. It was nice that the minstrel didn't draw the province. 21. Dominate, put the province away, and then village? I would think village. And yeah, now we trash 6 mining villages next turn and play hopefully 3 salvagers for buy. That should be it. I don't know what cider sees as their comeback mechanism. I don't see any. Yeah, it's 2.5, 2.5. If Arue wins this game. I'm pretty sure. Fairly sure. Okay, this looks like a turn that goes somewhere. Treasure now salvager. Okay. Okay. I don't know what is in their hand, but I don't think that's the play. But yeah. We drew a lot more cards now. So I guess if I wanted to win as cider, I would single dominate here and hope Arue has some kind of dud. I guess that doesn't really win, right? So maybe you actually double province instead and hope for full dud to end it next turn. That might be more feasible. Also, the kingdom piles are, yeah, there are 6 gains, the mining village and the merchants. That is also fairly doable for Arue if he draws, if they draw, and if they see it, which I guess you should. But it also depends. Okay, it was the first trash mining village this turn, but yeah, lots of money already. If they have the silver in hand, which I'm not sure they do, they didn't discard it at least, so it's somewhere in deck or in hand. Gain salvager, very nice. And if they owl now, that would be, ooh, look at this beauty. Now we play caravan to draw the cargo ship. That's actually functional turn. Exciting. 27. Ooh. Not that like double dominate would be good. Would still be losing, but still would have been an impressive number to hit. So one dominate is, I think, undeniably correct, since we need some points here. So yeah, the other buys. Right, at least that's what I have. Okay, buys a province. So this should be really easy. Just goes max points. It's almost in hand with a salvage gains from artisan, I think. Almost. Since you, yeah, even if you trash 2 provinces, you can just gain a state with the other 2. With 2 provinces milled, so yeah. I'm pretty sure this is in hand. Might need 1 or 2 more cards. But yeah, I would say it's near certainty. Now we can even trash an artisan. Trash province artisan with the 2 gain salvages now. And it's an easy win. How do you like those artisans now? I don't know. They probably can't hear me, but I'm not. This, of course, doesn't prove that they were correct. Yeah, that's the German translation in chat. That's probably even worse than withdrawal. But oh well. So this only took an hour. I don't actually know if that's true. We're going to go into the last game, most likely. Those are symbols. They are talking to each other. Okay. Exorcist Ambassador looks like a pretty good open in general. Draws Cavalry and Hireling. Thank you, the Yeti, for the translation. That seems about right. Of course, the spirits also draw, so yeah. What are the other options besides Exo Amp? I think Amp is clear. There's Militia, there's Borrow, and Battlefield Fun. Yeah, I think that's workable here to lose the Battlefield points. Horn Cavalry Fun. Yeah, that sounds actually fun. You can gain horns and play horns. Of course, I also display shenanigans. They don't look as good though. Yeah, I think I'd stick with the Exo Amp plan. You don't really even have to return that many estates if you have an Exorcist. Not that Battlefield would discourage me to do that. Of course, yeah, Militia could mess up Exorcist hands quite a bit. Especially if they go with Amp, but they both go for the I'm telling a lie. We have to wait and see what we do here, but the second player, the Militia, really doesn't seem as attractive. So, yeah. We see Amp Exorcist. Now we just need to find the Amp. Aru's hand looks sad, of course. Not seeing any of them turn 3. Surely we give back 2 coppers here. Oh, Aru can buy cavalry, that's true. We just returned 1 copper. I guess there was only 1 in hand. Can only be the one. It's the only reason I think we would do that. I like the cavalry here. Cavalry seems like the right play. You can still amp in a state or exorcist in a state, depending on what you draw. If you draw any, and nothing misses. So I'm on board. Not that you have any good alternatives here either, but yeah. So let's okay. The classic 2 copper play. It is tradition at this point. Oh, it's a 3rd. Will we get a 4th? We do get a 4th. Like, second exo seems pretty bad. Militia seems very terminal. Another exorcist. Wow. Okay. At least nothing missed for them. Cider might also be able to buy cavalry here, assuming that the other, like, one of these states was in that hand. So if they get another okay, bandit borders or bandit camp. It's a little bit puzzling. That's interesting. They return 2 estates and trash the copper with exorcists. So they have 2 exorcists and 1 estate between them. Great Wisp here. So I assume that Exorcist and Ambassador in hand. Bandit Camp is also in the shuffle, right? So since we don't play Bandit Camp here, it should mean it's the last card, and we just no, there's no Amp in its hand. I'm telling a lie. The Amp was played last turn, so only Exorcist. Yeah, if Exorcist was the last card, we surely play the Bandit Camp. So I'm fairly certain that that's in hand, and Bandit Camp isn't. There's potentially some estates in there. Of course, we don't know how many estates on turn 5 there were. That looks very much like an Exorcist hand. We are borrowing for militia, okay. Very trigger happy on the borrow. Okay. It's kind of hard to see what you want here. Silver. Not super inspiring. Interesting to see whether we trigger here. It's probably okay if you don't find the bandit camp on top. Or the silver, I guess. So maybe we don't. We do not. Return 2 coppers. Play Exa on estate. Yeah, that seems like a successful turn. Yeah, I'm really not in love with the second Exorcist, I gotta say. Okay, now the militia attack comes in. I wouldn't hate an Ireling, I don't think. I think it's only Wisp draw can get a little bit disappointing. Although second Bandit Camp first could also be fine. Okay, we're continuing the turn here. Probably to find the ambassador. That's a very nice turn. Turns to copper, treasures in the state, attacks. That's a lot done in one turn. I don't think he played spoils to buy silver or something. Are we borrowing for cavalry now? That's a quite amusing interaction. Draws only one card. Okay, we played the copper. Now we drew this. Return an Exorcist, trash an Exorcist, I would say. Is the play? Nope. Don't want to give my opponent a second Exorcist after I decided I don't want the second Exorcist anymore. Cider feels quite a bit ahead. I think they have... is it 4 Wisps to 1? I think so. Arue got an Imp instead, so maybe it's more like 4 to 2. Yeah, the attack is rough. The cavalry, I assume that... I guess that is also quite a bit of draw, so Ireling might not be it, my suggestion. Probably was dumb. But it means you want another bandit camp now, since you can actually play those, then you can play those cavalries. And yeah, it's kind of cute that bandit camp spoils should be in your discard on a clean shuffle, and then you can play your wisps. Hopefully after the horses that you gained from a previous turn, and then they can draw fairly securely as they pick up the spoils of discard. So the bandit camp is not quite drawing 0 cards here. Net 0. Horn soon, seems fair. Okay, returns 2 coppers. Bandit camp sounds right. Oh, yeah. 1 cavalry turned into imp is also nice. Yeah, I like that. Okay, here Arue gets clean. But yeah, that turn is not as productive as ciders are. Okay, Wisp's not drawing here. It's a little bit sad. We might want to buy... why not trash cavalry for imp? I think the supply of cavalries isn't really the issue, since there will be other opportunities to buy those. Oh, yeah, there we are. There's another cavalry bought already. I'm a fan. Yeah, horses are, but cavalry isn't. It's not like I'm super excited to play with 5 or 6 bandit camps here just to play cavalries. Mm. Yeah, I agree with that. You want to play with fewer cavalries, then turning them into an imp seems fine, at least for 2 or 3. 3 imps probably also good. Okay, let's see how much we draw here. Not that much. Can return 2 coppers at least. Okay, that means we're not buying cavalry here. Otherwise we would have waited with the amp. But yeah, this is sad. I think you need another bandit camp. And I don't know if returning a copper or borrowing is worse or worth it. Like, which one is better? I tend to think not borrowing. Next turn will be bad. Cider does seem way ahead. I agree. And it will be a while until Aru turns their deck into a functional one. Yeah, I can see that that's fine to borrow here. Because you get militia anyway. But it's quite sad since you need to draw a lot and you don't have a lot of draw. So, yeah, I assume everything can be played here. Otherwise, we would have to buy or gain a cavalry. So this might be the turn where we like gain 2 horns, buy a cavalry, play 2 more horns. That probably means you want to play the cavalry after that as well, since we just want to draw the horns with the on-buy cavalry and then just put horses in our discard. Of course we can amp first here, get rid of the remaining coppers. Or copper. I don't know how many are actually in that deck. No imp, no wisp in hand. So it's hard to see how you come back here as Aru. My line would involve pillage, but I think that's more a personal fault of mine than actually a good way. Not that I can see other ways, but Okay, we ended the action phase. That means we did see the cavalry horn interaction. Well, cider did. I mean, that is good for them. So it's fairly straightforward, right? Gain a horn and then by cavalry. There aren't 2 horns yet, so it's not quite as exciting. Okay, good. I have a hard time seeing that I don't want to play the cavalry in hand, right? I think I still have one. I can see not playing the amp and trashing the amp into an imp. I guess an opportunity. I don't think it's like the best. Maybe it is. Just don't province here. Gain the horns. There it is. Okay, I guess we can play 2 cavalries or an ambassador, but we played a copper, so maybe the ambassador looks like they meet the exorcist very soon instead. Otherwise the copper play would have been quite useless. Oh, wait, what? Are we gaining another cavalry here? Apparently. Okay. Yeah, it's a line for sure. I'll be right back. Okay, so sorry about that. I don't know if you could hear that. I just dropped my phone. Anyway, this is just another horn gain. So it's quite dangerous for Aru to leave cavalries in a pile, I think, on that turn. Then again, it's hard for me to see whether they can empty them. Okay, there's at least some draw. Yeah, there's an argument to be made for a wisp over it, but second imp seems fine to me in the deck. Imp horse is indeed a nice interaction. That's an early cavalry. Don't know if it was already necessary. I guess not finding any non-terminal with imp would have been quite bad. But yeah. Now, looking at the deck state, it seems fairly inconceivable how arue would turn that around. I don't think there's any way, to be honest. 3 wisps down, 4 horns down, 2 bandit camps down. Yeah, militia down. But it was 1 exorcist up, which I think is another reason why the deck quality is favors cider. But yeah. This seems just very doomed. Yes, you draw the spoils. Nope, you won't. Okay. This is time to say goodbye. Since you can't gain horn cavalry here. You could just gain the cavalry, but that's doesn't do enough. If you can't gain a horn first, then I don't think you can even empty the cavalries here, and that means cider will definitely empty horns, definitely empty cavalries. I mean, definitely is a strong word. I don't know if that's actually guaranteed, but getting there. And then you can probably just gain a bunch of provinces, and your deck does nothing with 1 horn in it. you borrow for a horn here, or for bandit camp, I guess. Nope, horn. Okay. Okay, wants to keep the amp. It's at least some pile control. It's hard to see how much, if that is enough in hand already, but yeah. There are 3 cards in this card now, 5 cards, but most of them horses. Ooh, I guess there's only 1 cavalry left now, so that's kind of difficult to draw. You can just draw 2 more horns, I guess. No, you can probably keep some horses in hand. So maybe you can draw all 4 horns. That doesn't give you enough gains to end it, does it? But it gives you enough gains to gain 4 provinces instead of 4 horns. Which, yeah, 2 horns can just never beat on this board. So take all the horns, cavalry, take all the provinces you can, and be happy. Oh, I also didn't even look at the opponent's hand, since that looks very much like another dot, so okay, we bought the cavalry earlier. Do they just have it? They have enough, at least. I don't know if you kill all your horns though, but there's resignation. So that's 3-2 for cider01. Congratulations to them. Moving on to the next round. I think it's top 16. So we will see more of them there.